Alright, hey there YouTube. Today we are going to be opening packs of Magic the Gathering Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. As you can see, I have a stack of set boosters and I've got even more off to the side of that. So let's go ahead and just crack into it. So some big things that are featured in this set are ninjas, samurai, spirit, and ninja samurai spirits and mechs. Ooh, right off the bat with a really nice card. So each pack comes with a art card. That's just going to be like a full showcase of the art. So I will I need to move my trash can closer for disposing of these packs. I'm gonna go ahead and set that there for you guys to look at. And so our first card is a foil full art, like Japanese inspired forest, which I really like those. So then we got Showcase Jukai Trainee, Spirited Companion, Golden Tail Disciple, Regent's Authority, Go Shintai of Lost Wisdom, Go Shintai of Shared Purpose, Roadside Reliquary, The Life of Toshiro Umezawa that has a flip side, which is the Memory of Toshiro, the Myojin of Roaring Blades. This is actually, so because set boosters can contain cards from outside of the set itself, this is actually from the commander decks. This is from the red-green upgrade commander deck. There's also a blue, a white, and a green one. And our rare is Ishin, Two Heavens as One. And then we have a foil, Favor of Jukai, and a rare from the list. So in addition to all of this, you can also get another card from an older set of Magic. This is from a older Commander set, I believe. And the way that you can tell it's from the list, if we look at so if we look at this card here, it's hard to do because of this light. You know what? I'll turn the light off for a second. So if you look down here in the bottom corner, which it's kind of fuzzy, but you can see that there's nothing there. But on this card, in the bottom corner, it's not focusing, but there's a Planeswalker symbol. That Planeswalker symbol simply means that it's from the list, which is a collection of cards from other sets that they've decided to reprint in set boosters. So we got Whisper Still Dagger. Whenever equipped creature does combat damage to a player, you may cast a creature spell from that player's graveyard this turn, and you may spend mana or mana of any color to cast that spell. That's neat. Okay. So I'm gonna be like separating these out just a bit, so that I can kind of like I'm gonna sort all of these later myself, but pre-setting them up to kind of sort out, because essentially you've got my rares are gonna go in a rare binder. The normal cards are gonna get sorted, and then the showcase cards go at the back of all of that. Okay, so this is going to be our art card for this set, for this pack. So I'll go ahead and set this here, and we have an island. I really love these lands. Okay, so we got Imperial Subduer, Inkrise Infiltrator, Kindled Fury, Aki Warpaint, Aki Ember Keeper, Bearer of Memory, Malicious Malfunction, Covert Technician, Okiba Reckoner Raid, which all of the sagas in this set turn into creatures. So like this one's creature is the Nezumi Road Captain. And our rare is March of Reckless Joy. which I think I have the art for the, like an art card for the alternate art of this that's super pretty. It's one of my favorite arts. Our foil that we got is Bronze Plate Boar, and we get a human monk token that explains to us what the list is. So this does say 1 in 4 set boosters contains a a card handpicked from Magic's history. Oh, okay. Like, cool. That doesn't explain the list, like, at all. Alright. So, our art card this time is Smoke Spirit's Aid. We got a Tranquil Cove as our land. Fang of Shigeki is our first showcase. Dokuchi Shadow Walker. Kaito's Pursuit. Tamio's Completion. Tamio's Safekeeping. Born to Drive. Hot Shot Mechanic. Mech Hanger. So these are like, these last 3 cards have been for vehicles, which the mech cards in this set are vehicles, and I really like them. I think it's hilarious. So maybe we'll get something good for a rare out of the vehicles. Behold the Unspeakable, which turns into Vision of the Unspeakable. That's pretty art on that. And our rare is Invoke Despair, with a foil Boseiju Reaches Skyward, which again turns into Branch of Boseiju. This is a really good card for like landfall. It's pretty foiling on it too. And we got a it's a double side marker for the sagas. So that's actually pretty nice to have. If you were drafting, those are very important to have because, well, if you don't have sleeves, they're very important to have, I guess. So this is going to be Light Paws, Emperor's Voice. Again, I love these art cards. I love just the depictions of the art that they show. We got another of the nice, pretty lands. We got a mountain this time. Selfless Samurai. That's a Fox Samurai. So, let me see if I get this a little closer. The art on that's just so pretty. Another Fang of Shigeki. Intercessor's Rest. Repel the Vile. Geothermal Kami. Futurist Operative. Blade Blizzard Kitsune. The Fall of Lord Kondo, which turns into Fragment of Konda. Ooh, we got another swamp, which you can kind of see. It looks like scratch marks on there, but that's actually like rain. I don't think I have any of this swamp. I have the other swamp, I think. Actually, I may not have any swamps from this set. I know I have a full art card of one of the swamp designs, but I really do like this. And Tameshi Reality Architect is our rare for this pack. Our foil is going to be Voltage Surge. Oops, rare goes in a different set. And Archetype of Aggression from the second of the original Theros sets. Born of the Gods? Archetype of Aggression's really good for a lot of red decks. Creatures you control have trample. Creatures your opponents control lose and can't gain trample, which is, it's just really nice. Like, it's just a nice card. Here we're gonna see. So one of the things that they started doing in Magic sets that I actually really like is they started adding like the tip cards in them. So like this is going to be the tip card that could be a token or something. They now have Magic mini games. So this is Booster Sleuth, and basically what it tells you to do is, oh wait, no, this is something else. I'm thinking of a different one. This says, using other cards as clues, discover all the facts about your opponent's mystery card. Basically, there's a secret keeper and a detective. The secret keeper opens a pack and removes any lands and cards without magic card backs, so like a tip card here. Next, they shuffle the remaining cards and pick one at random. That card is the mystery card. The secret keeper gives the detective the rest of the cards. The game begins. The detective must correctly guess 4 facts about the mystery card: mana value, card type, and number of words in its name. Oh, mana value, color, card type, and number of words in its name. To do this, they choose and reveal cards one at a time. When each card is revealed, the secret keeper tells the detective how many of the 4 facts that card and the mystery card have in common. Then the detective may either guess the 4 facts or reveal another card to get more clues. The detective only gets one guess, and they must guess all 4 facts correctly to win. Once the detective has guessed, the round ends and the players switch roles with a new pack. That's actually really interesting. I like that. Just the idea that you can have like a mini game with opening packs. That's not like Pack Wars or something that everyone knows. So we're gonna have Myojin of Blooming Dawn as our art card. That's just lovely. We've got a foil plains, so there's some nice foiling there. This is gonna get this land pile. Seven Tail Mentor, another Fox Samurai. Upriser Renegade is another Samurai. Wanderer's Intervention. Spell Pierce, which, great card that they reprinted. Explosive Entry. Planar Incision. Here's one of the mechs, a Mobilizer mech. I have a red and white vehicle deck, which is a real shame because I can't use this one in it because it's blue. Prodigy's Prototype, which again, more white-blue for vehicles. Befriending the Moths, which turns into Imperial Moth, and oh, I saw that card that was under this. And our rare for the pack is the Wandering Emperor, one of the Planeswalkers in this set. My go-to deck colors are usually blue and black, but I can also do blue and red. But I don't really like blue, black, and red altogether. So the Wandering Emperor enters the battlefield, or if the Wandering Emperor entered the battlefield this turn, I can activate her loyal abilities anytime I could cast an instant. So I could cast this at the end of my opponent's turn and use an ability right off the bat. +1, put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature. It gains first strike until end of turn. -1, create a 2/2 white samurai creature token. And -2, exile target tapped creature, you gain 2 life. There's a lot of interesting things you could do with that. And also, we got a foil Surge Hacker mech, which is another rare in this set. They have a lot of like neon aesthetic to these cards in this set, but both of those are really good. That Wandering Emperor, I can think of some really funny combat tricks you can do with that. Like flashing it in like the blocker stage and using it to make a blocker or to pump a blocker and give it first strike. Or even just exiling tap target creature so that they just lose an attacker. Our art card for this is going to be another of the Planeswalkers, Kaito. So like I love that. That's super pretty. We got a Thornwood Falls as our land. A Ganjo Exemplar, another Upriser Renegade. Dramatist Puppet. Iron Apprentice. Simian Sling, which, okay, so this card here is an artifact creature equipment monkey. This is something that they added for this set. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 whenever Simian Sling or equipped creature becomes blocked. It deals 1 damage to defending player and then reconfigure, which is essentially equip, but if the equipped creature would die, this comes back to being a creature. We got Touch the Spirit Realm, Orochi Merge Keeper, Azusa's Mini Journeys, which turns into Lightness of the Seeker, and our... Oh, this is another one from the Commander decks. Kaima the Fractured Calm. This is, I believe, the commander of the red-green upgrade deck that's going to look for modified creatures, which a modified creature is any creature with a counter, a enchantment, or an equipment attached to it. So that's interesting for sure. And our rare is March of Burgeoning Life. Additional cost to cast a spell. You may exile any number of green cards from your hand. It costs 2 less to cast for each card exiled that way, which it's an X cost. You could dump your entire hand for that. Ooh. But it's looking for cards with the same name as something, so this is not good for Commander, which is about the only set that I really play. And Inkrise Infiltrator is going to be our foil, and a spirit token to end this off. I do like blue, black, and white. Like as far as like 3 colors go, blue, black, and white is pretty good, but most of the white that I end up using is strictly like protection. Okay, this is nice. So we just saw this card recently as our foil for the set. And now we are going to see it again as the art card, the Surge Hacker Mech. So we got a foil of this, but this is just the full art for that card, which again, really like that. We got a forest. I love those lands. Those lands are so pretty. Our first showcase card is Guardians of Obero, and it looks like that's it for the showcase. Cyber Trespassers. Moon Circuit Hacker, that's a really good ninja. I really like that ninja card. I have a blue and black ninja deck that I'm looking for cards out of this set to upgrade that, but Moon Circuit Hacker is really good. Network Disruptor, Moon Snare Specialist, which is another decent ninja. Dokuchi Silencer, another good ninja. Nezumi Prowler, another good ninja. The Shattered States era, which turns into Nameless Conqueror. Ooh, a Showcase Lizard Blades, which is another equipment creature. That the art for that just looks really nice. The art extends down into the rules box, and it's just really nice. And our rare is Otawara Soaring City, which is a channel land. The rare lands for this set are the channel lands. And we got Enchantment Invigorating Hot Spring as our foil, and a pilot token, which this is neat. My vehicle deck wants these. I want things that can make pilot tokens. Pilot tokens are basically a token that can crew a vehicle, which turns an artifact vehicle into a artifact creature, as though its power was 2 greater. So essentially, when you crew, the power counts towards the crew number. So if like it was crew 3, this would count as 1, but because this is a pilot, it counts as 2 greater, so it counts as 3, which means that little 1/1 creature can crew a crew 3 vehicle. Our art card is going to be Hidetsugu, I believe. Oh, Vessel of the All-Consuming. We saw this one as well. Hey, welcome, Circular Logic. You haven't really missed much. Trying to think if we got anything really good that you would be interested in. I did get, my first pack had this guy in it that I think I've shown you before and that you were interested in. That he is a Mardu legendary creature that attacking causes a triggered ability, you get an additional, like it triggers twice instead. Which I know some of your decks, and you like that. All right, so our showcase is Jukai Trainee, Commune with Spirits, Greater Tanuki, which I like that it's a enchantment creature dog because a Tanuki is a raccoon dog. Grafted Growth, Careful Cultivation, Imperial Recovery Unit, which is a vehicle, Selfless Samurai, Tempered in Solitude, Kumano faces Kakazan, which again we saw it goes to Etching of Kumano. Ooh, and our rare is Fable of the Mirror Breaker, which is a reference to Kikijiki, an older card from the original Kamigawa set. And as a reference to that, when you flip it over, it's Reflection of Kikijiki. Our foil is Network Disruptor, and we get another minigame. So this minigame says, basically it's another kind of like guess the card, but for this one you have to go find images of a card. You have to go on the internet through a search engine, find 3 image results not of a Magic card or art when searching the card's name, and then you show the other player, the other person you're playing with, the 3 images, and they have to try and guess the card from those images. Like, that sounds like goofy fun, but that also sounds like a lot of work. And, like, the other one was a lot of work as well, but, like, you're going through the full pack of cards, and I think that's better than just, like, picking a card and kind of, just pausing for a moment to be like, hey, guess that one singular card. So our full art is another card that we saw earlier as a rare. This is Tameshi, Reality Architect. He may not have been a rare. He may have been an uncommon, but we now have full art of him. Then we have a Plains, which is just beautiful artwork for a Plains. Moonsnare Specialist Showcase. Fun ninja card. Aki Ronin. Searchlight Companion. Coiling Stalker. Heir of the Ancient Fang. Fang of Shigeki. Boon of Boseiju. Walking Skyscraper, which I'm a little sad that this is a construct and not a vehicle, because people could be in... Well, I guess people could be in the skyscraper, but it doesn't need to necessarily have people in it to do things. So I guess that makes sense. The Modern Age, which turns into Vector Glider. And our rare is Cloudsteel Kirin, which is a equipment creature. Equipped creature has flying, and you can't lose the game and your opponents can't win the game. That's kind of funny. And our foil is a Showcase Asari Captain. Whenever a samurai or warrior you control attacks alone, it gets +1/+0 for each samurai or warrior you control. So that's kind of like Exalted, but not as good. It's like Tribal Exalted. And we got Orzava, the Church of Deals, from one of the original Ravnica sets as our list card. It has a very much more expensive extort, essentially. I actually don't like that's. I don't think that's a great land. It only adds a colorless, and you pay mana to make target player lose a life and you gain a life. Alright, so our art card for this is going to be Ao the Dawn Sky. Ao. Got Big Dragon. Our land is Scoured Barrens. Moonsnare Specialist Showcase. Ancestral Katana. Then we've got Moth Rider Patrol, which is a Fox Warrior. Doesn't include the Moth as the creature type, though. Sunblade Samurai. Imperial Oath. Upriser Renegade, Flame Discharge, Okiba Reckoner Raid, which once again turns into Nezumi Road Captain, which I really do like this art. I'll show this off. So when you're looking at the front of this card, it's like a rat biker gang guy, and then the back of it basically like zooms in on the art on his jacket. So like I do really like that. We have the White Myojin of Blooming Dawn, which we saw the art card for this earlier. This is from the Commander deck as well. Then our rare for the pack is Invoke Calamity. Our foil is Disruption Protocol. That's a nice, pretty foil. That's a counterspell as well. Tap an untapped artifact you control or pay 1. That's not bad for a counterspell effect. So I mean, it's essentially 1 blue, or blue and tap an artifact. All right, our art card for this is going to be Satoru Umezawa. So like that's actually really pretty art for that. The Buy a Box promo was that card, but it was a different alternate art than even that one. We have a foil of the Pretty Mountain, showcased Dokuchi Shadow Walker, showcased Reinforced Ronin, Network Terminal, Automated Artificer, Ironhoof Boar, Thundersteel Colossus, which is just a big vehicle, big mech guy, Twin Shot Sniper, Dockside Chef, which I think this card's funny because it's just got like all these like weird like ghost hands eating out of the ramen bowl. Kumano faces Kakazan, which turns into Etchings of Kumano. And our rare is the Reality Chip. This is important for the story for this set, but I don't really know the story for this set well enough to talk about it. And we got a foil showcase Iganjo Exemplar. And a treasure token. I like this treasure token. I like it more than ones that just show a treasure chest. I like the bubble with the coins spilling out. You guys don't see this, but like I am like smelling the cards because there's something about that new card smell. So I actually like this. This art card we got is going to showcase 2 of the Planeswalkers in this set. We got Tamio and Kaizo in Explosive Entry, which that looks really nice. You know, I can actually show when I got these boxes, they came with a large card, which was a art card of that same art. It's just a like blown up Explosive Entry art. And I really like that. I think that that's very cool. So now we have a smaller one. We got a basic forest, a showcase Aki Ronin, Commune with Spirits, Greater Tanuki, Grafted Growth, Careful Cultivation, Futurist Operative, Blade Blizzard Kitsune, Dokuchi Silencer, Tales of Master Seshiro, which turns into Seshiro's Living Legacy, a 5/5 with Vigilance and Haste. And our rare of the pack is Satoru Umezawa, the guy that we just saw the alternate of in the full art thing earlier. He basically really helps out with ninja stuff. It's a shame that I just have a better version of this guy, like a better art version of this guy, because that's actually a really nice card. And our foil is Era of Enlightenment, which will turn into Hand of the Enlightened, a first strike 2/2. And a construct token. Okay, this is neat. I was really disappointed for a second because I thought, we just saw Explosive Entry, and I showed you the large version of it, and boy howdy, we got another Explosive Entry. And I'm holding this one weird because this is an Explosive Entry with a hot stamped gold artist signature on it. So now, in addition to having a normal one, I have one that has the artist signature. So it's like a signed version of this. That's really cool. I really like that. I just think that that's really neat. So now we're going to have a island, which just a beautiful island. I love the like origami paper birds on the very like glass-like lake. Moon Circuit Hacker Showcase, Peerless Samurai in a Showcase, Experimental Synthesizer, Aki Ronin. There's another Peerless Samurai. So to give you an idea, the Showcase are alternate art in addition to a different border. Which it's just really neat. I love that they're doing that. Unstoppable Ogre, Invigorating Hot Springs, Generous Visitor, Boseiju Reaches Skyward, which turns into Branch of Boseiju, and our rare is the Mech Titan Core. So for 5, exile Mech Titan Core and 4 other artifact creatures and or vehicles you control. Create Mech Titan, a legendary 10/10 construct artifact creature token with flying, vigilance, trample, lifelink, and haste. That's all colors. When that token leaves the battlefield, return all cards exiled with Mech Titan Core except Mech Titan Core to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control. It's Voltron. It makes Voltron, or like the Power Rangers Megazord. I love that. I was hoping to get that card for my vehicle deck. I'm so excited for that. Futurist Operative in foil, and a Winchester Draft, which is a 2-player draft format. That's funny that they include that as like an official Magic minigame, is the 2-player draft. All right, this is another really, really pretty art card. It's going to be Echo of Death's Wail. And Jungle Hollow is going to be our land. Ooh. Heiko Yamazaki the General. So this is one of the Yamazaki twins. And I love that art on that in our showcase. Heir of the Ancient Fang. Light the Way. Brute Suit. That's another vehicle. Disruption Protocol. Oni Colt Anvil. Sokensen Smelter, the Sheltered States Arrow, which turns into the Nameless Conqueror. Oh! A alternate art, Brilliant Restoration. That's just pretty. It's expensive, but it's pretty. Ooh, and an alternate art land as our rare. I guess not alternate. This is an extended art because the art goes into the rules box. But this is the Black Channel land. That's super pretty. And our foil is Debt to the Kami. Ooh, okay. And our card from the list is, oh gosh, I know the set symbol is like, it's like crystals, but I couldn't tell you what set it's from. But this is an old card, and it is Vintara Snapper. Can't be the target of spells or ability as long as you control no untapped lands. That seems bad. Like, I don't think that sounds good. Conditional hexproof, essentially. Alright, our next art card is going to be the green Myojin, which I believe we got that. No, we got the red and the white Myojin so far. So this is going to be the green Myojin, Myojin of Towering Might. It's kind of spooky. Alright, so we've got a nice, the second art of the mountains. So now we have, this is a foil of the other, but it's like a little, like, snowside town. I really like that. The art for these lands are just so beautiful. Coiling Stalker. Ome wa Mashinderu. So this is like a joke. It's you are already dead. Destroy target creature that was dealt damage this turn. You could ping a creature for 1 with a cheap spell and then be like, hey, you're already dead. Which is an anime reference. I like that they did an anime reference in the card. I think that's hilarious. Clawing Torment. Nezumi Blade Blesser. Kami of Terrible Secrets. Nezumi Prowler. Kappa Tech Wrecker. Spinning Wheel Kick, which I think is a reference to, Street Fighter. Befriending the Moth, which turns into Imperial Moth. Our rare for the pack is Hinata the Dawn Crowned, which is good old America colors, Jeskai. Flying Trample, spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each target. Spells your opponent's cast cost 1 more to cast for each target. So, like, that's really nice. But it specifically requires targets. And I saw a glimpse of our foil. It is a foil, Hidetsugu Devouring Chaos in the showcase, or not the showcase frame, in the neon frame. That there's several different colors this can come in, but the fact that we got a foil one is actually super interesting. And another construct token. A different construct token than our last one, so this is specifically a red construct with haste, as opposed to the 1/1 construct. So the Hidetsugu has neon variants, where the border for it is each of the different colors of magic in like a neon. So we got the black neon. It comes out like purple, but there's also yellow for white, blue for blue, red for red, and green for green. So our art card for this one is going to be Bearer of Memory, which just looks stunning. We've got a foil Thornwood Falls. I'm not a big fan of the Lifelands. I like these art on them. I think that I like it better than some of the others, but I wish we could have gotten... I wish that they were all these full art lands that are just so pretty. Mukutai Ambusher in the showcase. Covert Technician. I really... No, it's not this one I like. There's a ninja that I really like in this set that I don't think I've gotten yet. That whenever it's tapped, it's a human. Like, it's not a ninja. And I think that that's funny. Covert Technician's really nice, though. It can drop artifacts equal to the damage it deals. So in Commander, you would ninjutsu it into play from an unblockable, essentially, and you could then drop a 2-drop artifact. So Soul Ring, a Signet, there's so many 2-drop artifacts that you could just be like, and this comes into play for free. Season of Renewal. Bamboo Grove Archer. Uncharted Haven. So this basically is a slow any color land. It comes in, you choose a color, and it taps for that color. But it comes in tapped. But it's still nice. Fade into Antiquity. Dragon Spark Reactor. Patchwork Automaton. I like this. This is a lot of artifact affinity on that guy. Azusa's Mini Journey that turns into Likeness of the Seeker. And our rare is Tamio, Completed Sage. This is another one of the Planeswalkers. So that's it's 2 of the Planeswalkers we've seen. There are 4 in this set. Seven-Tail Mentor is going to be our foil. And a trash card. Neither a token nor a minigame, which I think we've seen now. I think there's only the 3 minigames. This will actually tell me. Yes, there are only 3 minigames, and we have all 3 of them. Okay, I actually really like this art card. This is a card I was thinking about putting into my Ninja Commander deck. It's okay, but it's just kind of a funny card, but the art for it just looks really good. So this is Return to Action. It looks very basic, but I love the like digitized arm that he's kind of got going on. Our land is a Bloodfell Caves. We got a Skyblessed Samurai, which that's a lot going on there, but that's real pretty. Nizumi Blade Blesser, Imperial Subduer, Twisted Embrace, Shrine Steward, Debt to Kami, Silver Fur Master. This is your Ninja Lord. Other ninjas get +1/+1, and Ninjutsu is 1 less to cast. Great card. Absolutely already got him in my commander deck. Prosperous Thief. Another good ninja because it makes treasure tokens, which essentially allows you to mana ramp when ninjas or rogues deal combat damage. Era of Enlightenment, which turns into Hand of Enlightenment. And our rare is Mirror Box, which stops the legend rule from applying to permanents. Legendary creatures get +1/+1. Non-token creature gets +1/+1 for each other creature with the same name. It's just a good card for making copies. Our foil is Tawashi Guidebot. And we got another placeholder card. All right. Ooh. So we got the full art for Reflection of Kikijiki. I love the shattered mirrored glass look on that. We have a swamp. Sunblade Samurai, which in the original art for this, I like that it's got like all the sunblades essentially coming off of it, but on this one I do really like the they're like fire blades behind it. Coiling Stalker, Short Circuit, Lethal Exploit, Virus Beetle, Go Shintai of Boundless Vigor, Go Shintai of Ancient Wars, Go Shintai of Hidden Cruelty, The Long Reach of Night, which turns into Animus of Night's Reach, which kind of looks like No Face from Spirited Away. Oh, no, definitely not. I wasn't looking at that right. That's definitely like a woman. Like in the shadow of this, I can turn my light on for this a little. Boop. Oh, that definitely doesn't help. There, you can kind of get a better view now where it's like, it's definitely like a woman's face. Like a full body of a woman. And our rare is Tribute to Hirobi, which I think this is actually a really funny card. I'll explain this one. So for the sagas, the turn you play it, it gets a saga counter, or it gets a lore counter, and then at the beginning of your turn, after your draw step, it gets an additional lore counter, and then an effect happens for the number of lore counters on it. So each opponent gets a 1/1 rat token, each opponent gets a 1/1 rat token, and then transform the saga. So you transform it. When this creature enters the battlefield, gain control of all rat tokens. So you just give everyone a bunch of rats, and then you take them all, and then whenever it attacks, you can sacrifice a creature to draw a card. It's funny. I could see it going in maybe like hug decks, but I don't see it being super great. Kitsune Ace, which is a good pilot. Nice foil of that. And our token is a ninja token that's unblockable. Alright, so we are now getting into our last pack of the first stack, which I have 3 stacks. So this is going to be a full art Voltage Surge art card. We've got Windscarred Crag. So this is the other of the Yamazaki twins, Norika Yamazaki the Poet. Harmonious Emergence. Crackling Emergence. Ambitious Assault. Enthusiastic Mechanaut. Replication Specialist. Circuit Mender. The Modern Age, which turns into Vector Glider. Michiko's Reign of Truth, which turns into Portrait of Michiko. Our rare is Invoke Justice. Our foil is Bamboo Grove Archer. And we've got from Amonkhet, Gate to the Afterlife, which is neat. It's a relatively newer card, though. Alright, so now we're going to get into our second stack of 3. So our art card is Universal Surveillance, which is just very neat. The guy had like a little bunch of computer screens. We've got a foil of the planes. Showcase Aki Ronin. Showcase Kappa Tech Wrecker. Showcase Mukutai Ambusher. Moonfolk Puzzle Maker. Guardians of Obero. Futurist Sentinel, another vehicle. A normal Kappa Tech Wrecker. Spinning Wheel Kick. Boseiju Reaches Skyward, which of course turns into Branch of Boseiju. Greasefang, Okipa Boss is our rare. So this is for like white-black vehicles, which it's going to be like, it's supposed to be like Rat Biker Gang, which I think is a funny concept for a deck, but I don't know how much I could build on it. Our foil is Ambitious Assault and another placeholder card. Interesting. Hold on now. Because didn't we get... We did. Okay. I just had to go and double check to make sure this was right. So earlier we did get Tameshi Reality Architect as our art card, but now we have the other art. That was the alternate art we got. So this is the normal art for Tameshi Reality Architect. A Dismal Backwater is our land. Heiko Yamazaki the General. Heir of the Ancient Fang. Season of Renewal. Bamboo Grove Archer. Uncharted Haven. Fade into Antiquity. Asari Captain, which again is like your Exalted, but like Tribal Exalted. Norika Yamazaki the Poet. We got both of the twins in this pack, just different versions. Era of Enlightenment, which turns into Hand of Enlightenment. And March of Wretched Sorrow is our rare. Our foil is Tamio's Completion. And a Spirit token. A 1/1 colorless Spirit token. Ooh, what are you? Oh, okay. Oh, no. This is this is someone who's fans of Magic will be familiar with this guy's name. This is Jin Gataxias, who is unfortunately in this set. We've got a Forest, Moonsnare Specialist in the showcase, Master's Rebuke, Jukai Preserver, Jukai Trainee, Silverfur Master, Prosperous Thief, Reality Heist, Okibo Reckoner Raid, which turns into Nezumi Road Captain, the Long Reach of Night, which turns into Animus of Night's Reach. Our rare is Mindlink Mech, which I really like that card. It's another blue vehicle, but it creates a copy of a creature when it becomes crewed. We have a Walking Skyscraper for our foil, and a trash card. So our art card is going to be Atsushi the Blazing Sky, but this one is hot stamped with the Planeswalker symbol. So in addition to being signed with a like artist signature, you can also get them with the Planeswalker symbol. We got Rugged Highlands as our land, Mukotai Ambusher, Kitsune Ace, Suit Up, Dragonfly Suit, Seven-Tail Mentor, Heiko Yamazaki, Reinforced Ronin, the Shattered States era that turns into Nameless Conqueror, Ruthless Technomancer, that's from the Commander decks, Hidetsugu Devouring Chaos, just the normal version of that card that we got the neon foil, or the foil neon variant of. Our foil is Reckoner Shakedown and a pilot token. Oh, this is a beautiful art card. The Go Shintai of Life's Origins. It's just like full of color. You can see like the shrine aesthetics on it. I really love that. It's got a lot of flowers on it. Our land is a mountain. Guardians of Oboro. Oops, that goes here. Heiko Yamazaki. Harmonious Emergence. Crackling Emergence. Ambitious Assault. Tawoshi Guidebot. Web Spinner Cuff, which is like a spider bracelet. I don't like that. Acquisition Octopus. Michiko's Reign of Truth, which turns into Portrait of Michiko, and Jin Gataxias, Progress Tyrant, is our rare, our mythic in the pack. Whenever you cast an artifact, instant, or sorcery, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy once a turn. Whenever an opponent casts an artifact, instant, or sorcery, counter that spell. Only happens once a turn. I don't like that. I mean, it's a really good blue card. I don't like it. Our foil is Befriending the Moths that turns into Imperial Moth, and then we got a Lorwyn Moonhold. Target player can't play land cards this turn if red was spent to play this. And can't play creature cards if white was spent to play this. Wow, that's kind of oppressive in a red-white deck. Sevi, I think you would like Moonhold. I feel like you would play that a lot. That's like, hey, you can't play a land or a... Like, for 3, it's like, oh, you can't play a land or creatures this turn. Okay, so we got another art card for Atsushi, but this one is going to be of the alternate art. Our land is a foil Dismal Backwater. Covert Technician in the showcase. Aijano Exemplar, Imperial Subduer, Ancestral Katana, Moth Rider Patrol, High Speed Hover Bike, Born to Drive, Hotshot Mechanic, Tales of Master Seshiro, which would turn into Seshiro's Living Legacy, and Thundering Raiju is our rare for the pack. Aki Emberkeeper is our foil, and a minigame that we already know, so I'm going to toss that in the trash. Oh, it's so pretty. We got the art for the Wandering Emperor's alternate art. And, like, that's just... This is a Planeswalker that we saw very early in this. So pretty. I love that art. In fact, when I bought the bundle for this, it came with, like, a paper insert that is just, like, a large version of the card. It's just, like, a sheet of paper that also shows... like a promotional, almost like a poster for it. I really like that. I love this artwork, and I love that I have the art card for that now. Jungle Hollow is our land. Heir of Ancient Fang, Coiling Stalker, Favor of Jukai, Gift of Wrath, Lucky Offering, Skyblaze Samurai, Sky Blessed Samurai, Jukai Naturalist, Behold the Unspeakable, Vision of the Unspeakable, and Satsuki the Living Lore in the showcase. Like, that's just so pretty. If you're playing with sagas, she manipulates sagas by putting extra lore counters on it. Really like that card. And we got the red channel land. So this is going to be Sokinzan, Crucible of Defiance. Our foil is... Where am I putting this? Alright, lands. Twin Shot Sniper. And we have Kami, the legendary creature frog token. Whenever you cast an enchantment, each opponent loses a life and you gain a life. Seems good. Oh man, these art cards are so pretty. So we've got Sky Swimmer Koi. That just, it almost looks like it's it almost looks like it's foil, but it's not. It's just like very rainbowy. We got another island. Sunblade Samurai, Coiling Stalker, Sunblade Samurai, Imperial Oath, Experimental Synthesizer, Aki Ronin, Leech Gauntlet, Bronze Plate Boar, Era of Enlightenment, Hidetsugu Consumes All, which Era of Enlightenment we've seen turns into Hand of Enlightenment. Hidetsugu Consumes All is a mythic saga that turns into Vessel of the All-Consuming. This one's kind of mean. We got a foil Mnemonic Sphere and a placeholder card. Alright, there's going to have to get a point where I'm about to have to move my stack of normal cards away from here because it's starting to get a bit too big. Our art card for this is a card that I was hoping to show off. It's Enormous Energy Blade. I think the flavor on this card is really funny. It's an equipment that when you equip it to a creature, that creature becomes tapped. It's basically like, oh, it's so heavy that your guy just fell over. We got Tranquil Cove as our land. Prosperous Thief in the showcase. Kindled Fury, Aki Warpaint, Aki Emberkeeper, Bearer of Memory, Mech Hanger, Mobilizer Mech, Prodigy's Prototype, Life of Toshiro Umezawa that turns into Memory of Toshiro, a Surge Hacker Mech, not foil this time, Teachings of the Kirin that turns into Kirin Touched Orochi. And an Umezawa's Jite. Like, that's actually really nice and on point for the flavor of this set, because this is from the original Kamigawa block, but also Umezawa's Jite is really good. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, or combat damage, period, put 2 charge counters on the Jite, remove the counters, remove a counter, choose 1. Equipped creature gets +2/+2, or target creature gets -1/-1, or you gain 2 life. That's just a really good card. Alright, I'm going to move this stack off to the side. So, goodbye to our commons and uncommons. You've done well. Because we are about halfway through all of our cards for today. Oh my. Sure enough. Art number 3 of The Wandering Emperor. She angry. She's not happy. We have a Mountain, Skyblessed Samurai, Peerless Samurai, Kami of Industry, Kami's Flare, Voltage Surge, Blossom Prancer, that's real pretty art, Roaring Earth, Befriending the Moths that turns into Imperial Moth, another land, I'll take it, I like that, Kyodai, Soul of Kamigawa, that's really nice. It's a nice 5-color legendary creature. Even though it's only white to play it, it has 5 colors in its rules text. A foil Coiling Stalker. And from an older commander set, Loyal Apprentice, which has Lieutenant, which is if you have your commander out, you get a 1/1 colorless Thopter creature token. It's not bad. If you're playing something with red that has that wants to keep your commander out, that's pretty nice. My vehicles deck would probably use that because it's red-white. So we're going to have a art card for Guardians of Oboro, which, that's nice. Got some nice Moonfolk ladies. We have an Island. Heiko Yamazaki. Heir of the Ancient Fang. Lucky Offering, which we passed over this earlier, but like it's the Lucky Cat. Kami of Industry, Kami's Flare, Containment Construct, Thirst for Knowledge. So this is going to feature the 4th Planeswalker that we haven't talked about, which is Tezzeret, is in this set. The Long Reach of Night, which turns into Animus of Night's Reach, a Forest, and Satsuki the Living Lore in normal printing. We've got Ancestral Katana as our foil. And from Modern Horizons, Jade Avenger with Bushido, which is flavorfully on point for this set. Not as on point as Umezawa's Jite, mind you. That Jite. So we've got Ao of the Dawn Sky as our art card. Peerless Samurai and Fang of Shigeki and Dakochi Shadow Walker in our showcase. Unstoppable Ogre. You Are Already Dead. Omeo wa mo shinderu. Clawing Torment. Nizumi Blade Blesser. Banishing Slash. When We Were Young. The Shattered States era that turns into Nameless Conqueror. Our rare is Shigeki Jukai Visionary. We have another rare in our foil of Ogrehead Helm. And a pilot token. Ooh. Let's talk about nice art cards. We have the Planeswalker that I want that we still haven't gotten yet. Kaito. The alternate art of him. That's just pretty art. Tranquil Cove is our land. Mukatai Ambusher, Covert Technician, Careful Cultivation, Season of Renewal, Bamboo Grove Archer, Flame Discharge, Invigorating Hot Spring, Michiko's Reign of Truth that turns into Portrait of Michiko, the Myojin of Grim Betrayal, so it's the black Myojin from the Commander decks. Brilliant Restoration is our rare. Our foil is Aki Ronin, and a Construct token. So pretty. Commune with Spirits. And it's just like a samurai offering up a gift to a spirit. We got a Mountain, Reinforced Ronin, Ecologist's Terrarium, Kami of Terrible Secrets, Twisted Embrace, Shrine Steward, Twin Shot Sniper, Dockside Chef with all of those hands going at it, Tales of Master Seshiro that turns into Seshiro's Living Legacy, Risona Asari Commander. There's another really nice in the showcase frame. Just a legendary creature. When it deals combat damage to a player, when this deals combat damage to a player, if it doesn't have an indestructible counter on it, put one on it. Whenever combat damage is dealt to you, remove an indestructible counter from her. So, like, that's interesting. And we got Tezzeret, Betrayer of Flesh. So I know currently in the story, Tezzeret is working with the Phyrexians. And I don't like it. He's no longer being influenced by Nicol Bolas. I don't like it. So we got 3 of the 4 Planeswalkers now. We got Rabbit Battery, Equipment Rabbit, and another of the minigame cards. 3 of the 4 Planeswalkers, and none of them are the one I want. I'm looking for just one Planeswalker. Ugh, one of my favorite ninja cards is our art card. We got the Covert Technician. Just look at that. Look at that little anime girl. Look at her go. She's just kind of doing stuff. She's like the man behind the desk. Thornwood Falls, Sunblade Samurai, Voltage Surge, Papercraft Decoy, Tawashi Song Shaper. He's a DJ. It's the DJ. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield, he gets +1/+0 till end of turn. Like, that's neat. He's just a DJ. Chainflail Centipede, Anchor to Reality, Containment Construct, Thirst for Knowledge, which Thirst for Knowledge in itself is a reprint of an older card that's just pretty good for blue. Behold the Unspeakable that turns into Vision of the Unspeakable, and our rare is the Dragon Kami Reborn that turns into the Dragon Kami's Egg. This is one that's really interesting. You gain 2 life, look at the top 3 cards of your library, exile one of them face down with a hatching counter on it. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. You do that twice. You're looking for a creature, because when this... so, whenever this or egg or a dragon you control dies, you can cast a creature spell from among cards you own in exile with a hatching counter on them for free. It's really, really good. We got a foil Ninja's Kunai and a trash card. So our art card is Spirit Sister's Call. We've got a Forest, Moon Circuit Hacker, Peerless Samurai, Uncharted Haven, over here, Fade into Antiquity, Harmonious Emergence, Crackling Emergence. I feel like we always get like 2 Emergence, like back to back. Generous Visitor, Go Shintai Boundless Vigor. I've also had some times where we get like 2 or 3 Go Shintais in a row. Era of Enlightenment that turns into Hand of Enlightenment. And the Green Channel Land, Boseiju Who Endures. A foil Seven-Tail Mentor in the showcase frame. And from the original Zendikar block, Quest for the Holy Relic. So quest, whenever you do something, so this one's whenever you cast creature spells, you put a quest counter on it. Remove 5 quest counters, search your library for an equipment card, put it onto the battlefield attached to a creature you control. Considering that this has a lot of creatures, or a lot of enchantments, especially enchantment creatures, that actually could be pretty good. So our art card is going to be Atsushi the Blazing Sky. I think we've either had that one before or we've had an alternate art. Imperial Subduer, Coiling Stalker, Skyblessed Samurai, Peerless Samurai, Debt to the Kami, Kami of Restless Shadows, Mukotai Ambusher, Oni Cult Anvil, Sokensen Smelter, Life of Toshiro Umezawa that turns into Memory of Toshiro, and Tatsunari Toad Rider. This is going to make the frog token that we saw earlier, the Kami frog token. I almost would want to put this in my ninja deck, but he's got the little green-blue cost down in the bottom, which means I can't because I don't run green. A foil Sky Swimmer Koi, which I had talked about. This already looks rainbowy. The foil is just really pretty. And a placeholder card. Oof. Oh. Our art card is a swamp. It's just a swamp. It's so pretty. I love that. And we got a mountain. Coiling Stalker, Skyblessed Samurai, Reckoner's Shakedown, Reckoner's Bargain, there's Return to Action, Undercity Scrounger, Twin Shot Sniper, Dockside Chef, Befriending the Moths that turns into Imperial Moth, another Satoru Umezawa. Light the Way is our foil, and a Rat Rogue creature token. So our art card is Tamio, Completed Sage. Like that. I don't like that she's no longer good, but I like that. Moonsnare Specialist, Aki Ronin, Geothermal Kami and Commune with Spirits, Greater Tanuki, Grafted Growth, When We Were Young, Anchor to Reality, Era of Enlightenment, Lion Sash is our rare. Our foil is Oni Cult Anvil, and a Construct. Alright, last pack of our second stack. This is a really pretty art card. It's Ishin. This is the guy that I showed off at the beginning that my buddy Circular Logic wants to build a commander deck around. Jungle Hollow, Selfless Samurai, Imperial Oath, Experimental Synthesizer, Aki Ronin, Peerless Samurai, Runaway Trashbot, Assassin's Ink, Naomi Pillar of Order. It's an interesting card that I've seen, but I've not really thought of what I would want to do with it. The Okubo Reckoner Gang that turns into Nezumi Road Captain, and Invoke the Ancients, our green Invoke. And our foil is Life of Toshiro Umezawa that turns into Memory of Toshiro. I like that both the front and back of these are foiled when it's a saga. And a placeholder card is our last token for the stack. Alright, so we go into our last stack, and I'm really hoping, come on, I need the Ninja Planeswalker. So it looks like we've got our green dragon here with Kura of the Boundless Sky, which is real pretty. I love all the little glowy bits on it. Speaking of those glowy bits, we got a swamp. So he might be the Black Dragon? I don't know. Skyblessed Samurai, Peerless Samurai, Kami of Restless Shadows, Mugutai Ambusher, Ninja's Kunai, Inkrise Infiltrator, Reality Heist, High-Speed Hoverbike, Tales of Master Seshiro, that turns into Seshiro's Living Legacy, Kotose the Silent Spider. This is another ninja that I've been looking for. Nice to have her. Foil Suit Up, and a Samurai token with Vigilance. Alright. Oh, nice. So we already had a Bearer of Memory art card, but now we have one with the artist hot stamp signature. I love it. I love them. Thornwood Falls is our land. Asari Captain. Aijano Exemplar. Moon Circuit Hacker. Network Disruptor. Moonsnare Specialist. Moonfolk Puzzle Maker. Walking Skyscraper. Tawashi Guidebot. Life of Toshiro Umezawa that turns into Memory of Toshiro. March of Otherworldly Light. This is the one I was thinking of that I've got an alternate art card of this that is one of my favorites. It looks like the bridge scene from Spirited Away. I love it. We have a foil Goshintai of Lost Wisdom and a trash card. So I know I was looking at this the other night and I was like, there's 5 more ninja cards that I need. And I know I've gotten one of them. I honestly don't remember the others, but I know I've gotten one of them. That is the spider lady we just got. So we got another Jin Gataxias art card. We've got a Forest, Nizumi Blade Blesser, Imperial Subduer, Searchlight Companion, Coiling Stalker, Heir of the Ancient Fang, Discover the Impossible, Colossal Sky Turtle, good old Giant Turtle, Okibo Reckoner Gang. It turns into Nizumi Road Captain. This is the art I was talking about. Just get a look at this. March of Otherworldly Light. Just all of these, like... I hate that it's, like, not focusing to get a good enough view on it, but, like... It's just fantastic. I love it so much. Let me see if I can... real quick, go into my properties here, and... camera control, autofocus, apply, okay. Close. Alright, so now I got autofocus on, maybe it'll... There we go. Look at that! Look at that! That's just... I love it. I love the art on this card. This is easily, I think, one of my favorite arts in this set. That is stunning. And we got alternate art, Wandering Emperor. Once again, just absolutely stunning art. It's like not wanting to focus on her. But I love it. It's so beautiful. And our foil is Heir of the Ancient Fang. And from Mirrodin, Golem's Heart. That's artifact life gain. It's not a bad card, especially in this set, because boy, you get a lot of artifacts, artifact vehicles, artifact equipment. So here we have Goshintai of Life's Origin again. There, now you can really see the flowers on it. That's just beautiful art card. We got a Plains, Seven-Tail Mentor, Guardians of Oboro, Futurist Sentinel, Kitsune Ace, Suit Up, Gloom Shrieker. Got a Cat Beast. This is a new one. I don't think we've seen this yet. In a battle, return target permanent card from graveyard to your hand. That's pretty good. But if it dies, exile it instead. Grave Lighter, Seismic Wave, Behold the Unspeakable, that turns into Vision of the Unspeakable. Our rare is Scrap Welder. And we got a foil alternate art March of Swirling Mist in the showcase. You gotta love it. And another minigame that we don't need. Alright, we got another art card for Atsushi the Blazing Sky, which again, we gotten a couple of these now. Showcase Coiling Stalker, Noriko Yamazaki the Poet, Jukai Trainee. We got Lethal Exploit, Virus Beetle, Spirited Companion, Golden Tail Disciple, Okiba Salvage, Runaway Trashbot, the Fall of Lord Konda that turns into Fragment of Konda, Biting Palm Ninja is our rare, which is a good ninja. I already have this one. A foil Brute Suit, and a Spirit token. It's an interesting spirit. It's got like it's like wearing a mask. It's like fog coming out underneath it. Speaking of our alternate art of the Wanderer, there it is again in all of its glorious beauty. That is just a stunning card. And we've got a Plains to play it. Moon Circuit Hacker, Jukai Trainee, Prosperous Thief, Dragonfly Suit, Seven-Tail Mentor, Iganjo Exemplar, Essence Capture, Discover the Impossible, Befriending the Moths that turns into Imperial Moth, Reckoner Bankbuster is a vehicle. That's an interesting one we haven't gotten to yet. I like it. It does shenanigans with treasure tokens. I think it's funny. A foil Silver Fur Master. And a placeholder card. Alright, another art card for Sky Swimmer Koi. Again, just beautiful art. Glad to see it. But I already have it. Dismal Backwater. Fang of Shigeki. Seven-Tail Mentor. Fang of Shigeki. Master's Rebuke. Jukai Preserver. Web Spinner Cuff. Acquisition Octopus. Leech Gauntlet. Azusa's Many Journeys that turns into Likeness of the Seeker. Our rare is Inventive Iteration. Return up to one target creature card or planeswalker to its owner's hand. Return an artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. If you can't, draw a card. And then transform. This transforms into Living Breakthrough. Whenever you cast a spell, your opponents can't cast a spell with the same mana value until your next turn. That's kind of mean. Sunblade Samurai is our foil. And a trash card. One of my dogs is barking in the background. Just kind of organize these stacks here a little. They're starting to tilt and tumble. My dog is very upset at something. So we got Enormous Energy Blade again. A Forest. Mugatai Ambusher in the showcase. Regent's Authority. Intercessor's Arrest. Repel the Vile. Assassin's Ink. Naomi Pillar of Order. Banishing Slash. Shattered States Era that turns into Nameless Conqueror. Kumano faces Kakazan, turns into Etching of Kumano. Spirit Sister's Call, which we saw the alternate art call for this. Beginning of your end step, choose target permanent card in your graveyard. You may sacrifice a permanent that shares a card type with the chosen card. If you do, return the chosen card from a graveyard to the battlefield and it gains. If this permanent would leave the battlefield, exile it instead. It's interesting. Because essentially, like, if you had like a spirit token, you could sack the spirit token to get back a powerful spirit from your graveyard. Our foil is Mirror Shell Crab. And from the original Kamigawa block, I believe this is... Gosh, let me see. Betrayers is the... Not the kunai, the shuriken. This is just... the first Kamigawa? Saviors is the shrine. The lantern is the first one. And it's like Warriors of Kamigawa or something like that. That he's interesting. The sweep mechanic is funny because it's like, oh, return a bunch of swamps. And especially if you have, forget what the name of it is, but there's the land that makes all of your lands swamps. So you could just essentially return all of your lands to your hand and be like, hey, you have to discard. Like, you could pick however many cards they have, and it's like, hey, you have to discard every card in your hand because I'm returning all these swamps. So we have the art card for the Wanderer again. This is the, like, angry art. We got Rugged Highlands, Upriser Renegade, Guardians of Oboro, Imperial Subduer, Ancestral Katana, Mothrider Patrol, Sunblade Samurai, Colossal Skywhale, Okiba Salvage, the Modern Age that turns into Vector Glider, and our rare is Farewell. Choose one or more. Exile all artifacts, exile all creatures, exile all enchantments, exile all graveyards. We got a foil, Careful Cultivation, and rules to a minigame. Farewell is interesting. It definitely does more than, like, Wrath. For a little bit more expensive than Wrath. Wrath is 2 and 2 white. This is 4 and 2 white, but it can hit artifacts, creatures, enchantments, and graveyards. And exile them all. So here we're going to have the full art of the showcase version of Peerless Samurai, which again, very pretty card. Skyblessed Samurai, Coiling Stalker, Jukai Trainee, and Favorite Jukai, Gift of Wrath, Bronzeplate Boar, Rabbit Battery, Upriser Renegade, Boseiju reaches skyward that turns into Branch of Boseiju, Myojin of Towering Might, which we saw the art card for this earlier, that is also from the Commander deck, and our rare is Ogrehead Helm, with a foil Simian Sling, and from a very older Commander deck, Traverse the Outlands. Search your library for up to X basic land cards, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. That's interesting. Let's see here. How many of these Myojins do we have now? We've got red, white, black, and green. We are missing one of the Myojins. So hey, maybe we'll get lucky in these last, gosh, I don't even know how many packs we have left. I think they were stacks of 20, so these last, like, 10 or so packs, because I think we're about halfway through, that we can get the blue Myojin to finish off that set of 5. Alright, our art card is Invoke Despair, and I love, like, the water drawing in this. So we've got Mukotai Ambusher, Fang of Shigeki, Undercity Scrounger, Scrapyard Steelbreaker, Mnemonic Sphere, Go Shintai of Hidden Cruelty, Go Shintai of Lost Wisdom, Go Shintai of Shared Purpose, Okiba Reckoner Raid, that turns into Nezumi Road Captain, a rare Springleaf Avenger, a green ninja that doesn't do me any good, and a Lizard Blades as our rare for the pack, with a foil Thundersteel Colossus under it, and a green spirit token to end the pack. This card has a lot going on it. It's good old Satsuki, the Living Lore, that I know we've gotten more than one of. We have a mountain as our land. Sunblade Samurai, Covert Technician, Debts of the Kami, Kami of Restless Shadows, Mugatai Ambusher, Ninja's Kunai, Unforgiving One. There's Enormous Energy Blade. Equipped creature gets +4/+0, but becomes tapped when you equip it. I just think that's hilarious. Kumano faces Kakazan that turns into Etchings of Kumano. Weaver of Harmony is our rare. And we have a foil Nezumi Prowler with a placeholder card. It's not looking good. Not looking like I'm getting my Planeswalker Ninja boy. So we have Smoke Spirit's Aid, which this also reminds me of Spirited Away, the little like dust balls that help the guy out in the furnace. That's kind of what's going on here, but it looks like they're melting money down, which is kind of funny. You got Bloodfell Caves, Dokuchi Shadowwalker, Uncharted Haven, Fade into Antiquity, Harmonious Emergence, Crackling Emergence, Roaring Earth, Awakened Awareness, Tales of Master Seshiro that turns into Seshiro's Living Legacy, Boseiju Reaches Skyward that turns into Branch of Boseiju. This is another one of the ninjas I needed, Thousand Face Shadow. He becomes a copy, like when he enters the battlefield from your hand, if it's attacking, create a token that's a copy of another target attacking creature. So basically, when you ninjutsu him in, he enters and creates a copy of another target attacking creature that also enters tapped and attacking. I think that's hilarious. We got a foil Kami of Restless Shadows, and from oh gosh, what is this set called? It's the Fairy Tale set. We it's not too far back. I just can't remember the name of it. But this is from that set. As long as you control an artifact or enchantment, Flutterfox has flying, which is great for all of this. It's gonna bug me that I can't remember the name of that set now. Our art card for this pack is going to be Light Paws again. We have our Swamp, Moon Circuit Hacker, Inkrise Infiltrator, Dokuchi Shadowwalker, Kaito's Pursuit, Roadside Reliquary. There's a land that I'm hoping to get that I haven't gotten yet, and I'm actually surprised by because it's an uncommon land. Touch the Spirit Realm, which actually this will go to lands. The Shattered States era that turns into Nameless Conqueror. The White Myojin, which again, we already have that, but that's our rare. And I say that right as we get Iganjo Uprising as the showcase that's a rare, which just makes Samurai creature tokens, and your opponent gets X-1 Samurai creature tokens as well. So it's interesting, but it also, like, it's, you can't just use it to get a bunch for you. Your opponent's going to get just as many -1. And hey, look at that. Our rare is Iganjo Uprising. Our foil is Master's Rebuke. And we have a Samurai token with Vigilance that would be made by Iganjo Uprising. Seems pack appropriate. Speaking of that Myojin of Blooming Dawn, this is the art for it. So we just saw that card. We got a Windscarred Crag. Oh, man. Reinforced Ronin. Moon Circuit Hacker. Armguard Familiar, which I think that's the first time we've seen that. Mirror Shell Crab. Sky Swimmer Koi. Moonsnare Prototype. Bronze Cudgels, which I know that's the first time we've seen that. Raito Sentinel. Befriending the Moths that turns into Imperial Moth. Iganjo, Seat of the Empire as our rare land. Unstoppable Ogre as our foil, and Final Judgment from Betrayers of Kamigawa. Remove all creatures from the game. Neat. That's about all I have to say of that. This is just teasing me now. Like, at this point, this is just teasing me, because look at that. Here's our boy Kaito. This is the Planeswalker I'm trying to get. Stop showing me his art. Show me the card. We got Covert Technician, Inkrise Infiltrator. That's a pretty version of Inkrise Infiltrator. Peerless Samurai, Norika Yamazaki the Poet, Tamio's Completion, Tamio's Safekeeping, Wanderer's Intervention, Story Weave. That's actually the first time we've seen that, and I really like that. Historian's Wisdom, Azusa's Mini Journeys. It turns into Likeness of the Seeker. Our rare is Kami of Transience, which is just a pretty card. Gets bonuses for casting enchantments. Our foil is Planar Incision and a minigame. We are getting close to the end here. It's not looking good for me. Alright, we got another art card for Surge Hacker Mech, which again, I just really like that card. A normal Swamp, Peerless Samurai, Ambitious Assault, Kindled Fury, Aki Warpaint, Aki Emberkeeper, Secluded Courtyard. That's the land I was talking about. So when this enters, you choose a creature type. Add 1 mana of any color to cast the creature type, or to activate an ability of a creature of the chosen creature type. This goes really good with my ninjas, because I can use it for ninjas and ninjutsu. We have a Gloom Shrieker, Gravelighter, Arrow of Enlightenment that turns into Hand of Enlightenment, Blade of the Oni, which is a equipment demon that equipped creature has base power and toughness 5/5 and menace, and is black and a demon in addition to its other colors and types. It's pretty neat. And we got a foil Naomi Pillar of Order with a construct creature token. Alright, so we've got 4 packs left. Come on. Please. Please. So we've got another art card for Vessel of the All-Consuming with an island behind it. Dokuchi Shadowwalker, Nizumi Blade Blesser, Network Terminal, Automated Artificer, Ironhoof Boar, Thundersteel Colossus, Unforgiving One, Enormous Energy Blade, Long Reach of the Night that turns into Animus of Night's Reach, and Jugun Defends the Temple is our rare. That is a Remnant of the Rising Star when it transforms. So let's look at all of this. We've got created a 1/1 green human monk creature token that taps for green. That's okay. So create an Arbor Elf. Put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. And then you flip it. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay X. When you do, put X +1/+1 counters on that creature. Okay. As long as you control 5 or more modified creatures, which modified has equipment, aura, or counters on a creature makes it modified. This guy gets +5/+5 and trample. That's kind of really good, actually. And we got a foil Satsuki the Living Lore, which, like that. And from M20, a Twin Blade Paladin. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on him. As long as you have 25 or more life, it gets double strike. So in a game of Commander, you play that and it just has double strike. So here's the alternate art of Tameshi Reality Sculptor? Reality Architect. Which we've already gotten one of those art cards as well. Tranquil Cove, Coiling Stalker, Spell Pierce, Explosive Entry, which, again, we've seen art cards for that. Planar Incision, Saiba Trespasser, Orochi Mergekeeper, Boon of Boseiju, the Modern Age that turns into Vector Glider, there's a Goshintai of Life's Origin, which we've seen the art card for this a couple of times. So let's see what it does. For all 5 colors and tap, return target enchantment from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's pretty good. Whenever Goshintai of Life's Origins or another non-token shrine enters the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 colorless shrine enchantment creature token. Shrine Tribal. That's interesting. We got a... Oh, that's from Commander. The Goshintai of Life's Origins from Commander. We got Eater of Virtue as our rare, which it's funny. Whenever a equipped creature dies, exile it. And then as long as a card exiled with this card has flying, the equipped creature has flying. The same is true for First Strike, Double Strike, Death Touch, Haste, Hexproof, Indestructible, Lifelink, Menace, Protection, Reach, Trample, and Vigilance. It gives all of the keywords. If you've got it with keywords that have died with this card, the other things get keywords. We have a foil Mukotai Ambusher and a placeholder card. Okay, this is going to be our penultimate pack for today. And we've got Universal, Universal Surveillance is our art card. Which again, we've seen this. It's very pretty. It's a guy basically standing at a bunch of screens. No land. Sunblade Samurai. Nizumi Prowler. No land. We're going to get something in our land spot. The land's got to be near the back at doing something. Bearer of Memory. Dramatist Puppet. Iron Apprentice. Simian Sling. Seismic Wave. Essence Capture. Michiko's Reign of Truth. We have Light Paws, Emperor's Voice, which we've seen the art card for this. Whenever an aura enters the battlefield, if you cast it, you can search your library for an aura with mana value less than or equal to the aura cast, and with a different name than each aura you control. Put that card on the battlefield attached to Light Paws, then shuffle. So this would be a good commander for a aura deck, because she can search out auras. A foil Jukai Trainee in the showcase. Just no... What is up with that? Like, no land in that set. That makes me a little mad. And our last pack of today is going to have another Tameshi Reality Architect. The normal art for him. We're going to have a Mountain. Skyblessed Samurai. Light the Way. Brute Suit. Disruption Protocol. Short Circuit. Bronze Cudgels. Raito Sentinel. Another Secluded Courtyard, which I like that. Tales of Master Seshiro. Soul Transfer is the rare, which means I'm not getting my Planeswalker. And Modern Age Foil. And a red Spirit Token. And I think that about sums up all of my packs for this. So, didn't quite get what I wanted. I mean, I got a lot of things that are nice. Like, I got, there's that. I wonder how many of these lands did I get as well. I got Mech Titan Core that I'm excited about. There's the Tamio. The red land. There's the Tezzeret. The green land. The Thousand Face Shadow, which was one of the ninjas that I needed. The white land. I got all 5 of the channel lands. It's actually very nice. Katose the Silent Spider as well. Put that Hidetsugu over here. make sure I don't have any more of the alternate arts in my rare stack. Nope. So yeah, we got all 5 of the channel lands, with the black being extended art. So this one deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature, but 1 less to do for each legendary creature you control, which, okay, that's interesting. If you're doing a deck that has a lot of legendaries, that's nice. Otawara, return an artifact, creature, enchantment, or planeswalker to its owner's hand. Bounce is a thing. Cost 1 less for each legendary creature you control. Mill 3 cards and return a creature or planeswalker from your graveyard to your hand. Cost 1 less for each legendary you control. Creates 2 spirits. Cost 1 less for each legendary you control. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or non-basic land an opponent controls. They search for a land card with a basic land type, put it on the battlefield, then shuffle. This ability costs 1 less to cast for each legendary creature you control. The lands are okay. I don't see myself really playing them. I didn't really talk about Katose the Silent Spider. When she enters the battlefield, exile target card other than a basic land from an opponent's graveyard. Search that player's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of cards with the same name and exile them. Then that player shuffles. For as long as I control Katose, I can play one of the exiled cards, and I can spend mana or mana of any color to cast it. At first glance, I thought, I don't want her in my commander deck because I'm only going to get 1 card. But the thing is I can pick any card from their graveyard, and I will be able to cast it. So, like, if they have a good card in their graveyard, I can just take it. And that's great for me. We didn't talk about Tezzeret, really. The first activated ability of an artifact you activate each turn costs 2 less to activate. Draw 2 cards and discard a card unless you discard an artifact. Target artifact becomes an artifact creature. If it isn't a vehicle, it has base power and toughness 4/4. You get an emblem whenever an artifact you control becomes tap, draw a card. Which that emblem is pretty good. But I'm not a big fan of Tezzeret. Tamiyo, who can use Phyrexian mana to play her. She costs 2, a green, a blue, and a Phyrexian green or blue, which can be paid with green, blue, or 2 life. If life is paid, she enters with 2 fewer loyalty counters. So for +1, she can tap up to 1 target artifact or creature. It doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. For -X, exile target non-land permanent card with mana value X from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of that card. You could exile a... There's a few things you could exile that I think that would be decent for. But for -7, create Tamiyo's Notebook, a legendary colorless artifact token with spells you cast cost 2 less to cast, and tap and draw a card. That ultimate is really good, and I don't like it. Mech Titan Core, I'm really happy with. We already talked about that. I'm sad that I didn't get the token for him, because the token's also really cool. And the Wandering Emperor, which we talked about, shenanigans from combat step, really. So I think we did pretty good. It was a lot of cards, and this is all things I'm going to have to sort through here in a second, but a lot of cards, a lot of very interesting stuff. I really do feel like I missed out on just that Planeswalker. I think I got the other card I was looking for. I just don't remember it off the top of my head, but I am missing out on the Planeswalker, so I'm going to have to hunt for that. But outside of that, everything else is real good, looking real nice. So I'm going to go ahead and I think call it here. I'm going to thank all the people watching on YouTube. thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed seeing me open up these packs and getting to look at all the pretty cards and all their art. Thanks for the people that came out and watched my stream. I hope you guys enjoyed getting to see a lot of the stuff in this set, because again, you didn't get to see the Planeswalker I was looking for, but just about everything else, you probably saw most all of it. Hopefully I'll get to do stuff like this again soon. I like Magic, but I'm not super big into paper Magic, so I don't plan on buying a bunch of cards. But I'm glad that you guys came out and watched. And for YouTube, look forward to seeing me play a video game soon. Because I'm not going to do more Lego sets for a bit. I'm probably not going to open more cards for a bit. The next thing's going to be a video game. So YouTube, come check me out on Twitch. Until then, have a good day.